Our ability to care well for the children and families that we interact with is sometimes limited by poor policy or old policy or rules written without a good sense of what foster care is actually like day to day on the ground. So when those things come up, we share our opinion. Advocacy is not a brand new arena for us. We've been doing it a little here and there as issues have affected our programs and the foster families that we represent. But a few months ago, we decided to get a little more proactive. Rather than sitting back and waiting to be invited to comment on proposed changes, we decided to take the initiative and to make our positions known, to create the changes that we would like to see. So Michaela Chandler, who started as a Skookum House intern and then spent a couple years on staff as a child care specialist, recently moved into the newly created role of policy and advocacy coordinator. And it's her job to do 4 things. First of all, to equip our staff with the best available research on child development. Basically to make sure we have mastered the best of what other people have already figured out. In particular, what other states have figured out. And second, to design and execute a series of training workshop options for Skookum staff and volunteers and foster parents. Third, to build relationships with the people who write child welfare policy in Washington. And finally, to advocate for better practice inside Skookum and smarter policies outside that affect Skookum. She's been in that role since July, and already we've done some candidate education. We invited all the candidates for state level office from the 40th and 42nd legislative districts to visit our office so we can get to know each other and begin a conversation about child welfare policy. But for the most part, we have just been getting ready for the legislative session, which starts in January. We'll be talking to the legislature about 3 things this year. First of all, we'll be asking them to direct and fund the Washington State Institute for Public Policy, or WSIPP, to study outcomes for kids who stay at Skookum House or related program. Second, we are hoping to see a more flexible WAC or rules around the Skookum House program. And finally, we want to support the Division of Children, Youth, and Families, DCYF, in their effort to modernize their child welfare database. Now, there's a lot in each of those agenda items, so more detail on the legislative agenda in the next video. This kind of work is critical. Changing just one sentence in the rules around foster homes can mean plus or minus hundreds of families who are willing to participate in foster care. So the stakes here are really high. And you know, DCYF doesn't have a contract for this, so all of the work done on child welfare policy at Skookum is funded by you, by supporters who understand what we're doing, believe that it's important, and give in support of it. The most impactful form of giving done at Skookum is monthly pledges. People who give regularly, because that makes it possible for us to make big long-term plans with confidence that the funding will be there when we reach the end of those plans. Right now, we are looking for 100 more people to make a monthly pledge. If you'd like to be one of them, visit skookumkids.org/give. You can set yours up right there on the website. It all works automatically, so you don't have to think about it, and you can change it or cancel it anytime you wish. Thanks in advance. This is, like I say, really, really important work. And we're going about it in a new, more purposeful way. And it's really exciting.